poultry. In previous lecture, we have discussed about fisheries and aquaculture and different types of products that are added by the different types of fisheries and aquaculture. So today we will discuss about what is poultry and what is poultry farming. Poultry farming is actually the raising of birds that are used for domesticated purposes or commercially, primarily for the meat and eggs, but also for the feathers. Chickens, turkeys, ducks, and geese are the primary importance, while the fowl and squabs, young pigeons are chiefly of the local interest. It means poultry farming is a kind of technique that is involving the raising of birds either domestic. We are actually performing this activity either domestic, either at domestic level, or we actually raise different types of these birds for commercial purposes. And the main purpose why we actually perform this activity, or why poultry farming is actually done, the main purpose that is associated with this poultry farming is to obtain meat and eggs. But sometimes the poultry farming or the bird raising is also done for the collection of different types of feeders that are actually commercially utilized in different types of products. So the most common type of birds, animals, organisms that are used for this poultry farming are chickens, turkeys, ducks, and geese. They are of primary importance because they are the main. So they will serve as main source of meat and eggs. But we also utilize different types of other animals like young pigeons uh, uh, and different types of aesthetic values are also involved. But these farming techniques, other farming techniques, are less significant. Mainly we will concentrate. We will focus on different types of chickens, turkeys, and ducks that actually play important role in feeding human population, because we use different types of we actually depend on these chicken, turkeys, and egg for meat purposes and egg purposes. So these are important organisms in terms of poultry farming. Next, among poultry farming, the most common farming that we commonly observe, that is chick farming. Chickens are actually farmed in most of the poultry farms. If we discuss about worldwide, its prevalence, about 50 billion chickens are produced annually worldwide. It means this is a huge number that is playing important role in meat production. Chickens are farmed for the meat. The chicken that we are actually utilizing, that we are farming for the specifically for the purpose of meat, that are called as broilers. It requires less investment as compared to the breeding of other livestock. It gives rapid return on investment. Broiler intakes of the feed is comparatively very low, while it produces maximum possible amount of food for us. And poultry farming is, if we discuss in terms of economic value, poultry farming is a kind of farming technique that is a continuous source of income. It means we can say, if we adopt this method for meat and eggs production, that will result in a continuous source of income. So we can have a long income source from poultry farming. So poultry farming is a kind of technique that is that will involve, that we will focus specifically on chick farming. And chickens are actually mostly farmed in, they are mostly propagated in different types of poultry farms. And almost 50 billion of the different types of chickens are produced annually worldwide. If we generally categorize the different types of chick farming, we can say egg laying chickens. Egg laying chickens are the kind of chickens that are kind of commercial. Hence they usually begin laying egg at the age of almost 16 to 21 weeks. So the production gradually declines soon after, from approximately 25 weeks of the age. This means that in many countries, by approximately 72 weeks of the age, flocks are considered economically unviable, and for the they are actually slaughtered, and after approximately 12 months of egg production. It's mean the egg laying chickens and broilers are the kind of chicken that we are actually specifically in, that we are specifically utilizing for meat production. But egg laying chickens are the kind of chickens that are utilized up to their certain age limit. Then when their age limit actually reached, they will be their productivity actually declines, and they will also be utilized as meat purposes. So um, these are actually the egg laying chickens. They are almost fulfilling the country's national proteins requirements. If we generally discuss about the environmental conditions that are provided to the egg-laying chickens, the environmental conditions are often automatically controlled in egg-laying systems. For example, the duration of light phase is initially increased to promote the beginning of egg laying at 16 to 20 weeks of the age, and then minimum summer days. Its length actually variable, or the day length, which stimulates the hen to continue laying egg all year round. Normally, the egg production occur in the warmer months. Some commercial breeds of the hen can produce over 300 eggs a year. It means the egg-laying chicken are propagated or farmed under conditions that are often automatically controlled in different types of systems, and these systems will involve different types of temperature management, different types of light management, and according to that they will grow, propagate, and mature, and they will start egg laying activity. And it's mean the egg production occur only in the production of egg is specifically related to the warmer months. So they are actually kept at some specific temperatures. Some commercial breeds of the hen can produce over 300 eggs a year. Then we will have another product that is utilized for different types of poultry farming, that is free range. Free range chicken or poultry farming is a kind of farming technique that will involve commercially free range hens in different types of Scottish breeders. It means this is a kind of activity that will involve different types of hens, different that are actually that will grow, propagate, and in different types of free areas, or the different types of free range chickens that are fed outdoors. And the free range poultry farming allows chicken to farm freely for a period of the day, although they are usually confined in the sheds at the night to protect them from the predators, or to kept indoor in the weather. It is particularly if the weather is particularly wet. It's mean we can simply say that chicken free range is a kind of this mean we can simply say chicken farming is a kind of technique that will involve a activity in which we will have a free range variety of different types of hens, and the free range chickens are being fed outdoors, and they are actually kept at indoor while they are So we were discussing about different types of free range hens that are utilized for different types of purposes. And the free range chicken are being they are actually fed at outdoors, and the free range poultry farming actually provides different types of chickens space that is wider, and they feed during the most of the daytime. And although they are usually confined in different types of sheds at night, but during the daytime they will be provided a kind of environment that is free. They can they are actually provided different types of food and grains at in outdoor environment. So the free range is also the kind of product that is involved in that is important in terms of poultry farming. These are actually different types of ranges that are utilized in different types of purposes. Then we will have free run. Free run type of system is actually a type of system that will involve different types of hens or different types of birds in uh, instead of keeping them in different types of cages. The free run laying hens are roam freely within the enclosed barn. This type of housing also provides the enrichment of for the hens, including the nesting boxes and perches that are often located along the floor of the barn. It's mean the free run system is actually the kind of confined system in which different types of hens are kept, and this type of housing will provide all the will be provided with all the requirements that will involve different types of nest boxes, different types of perches, and that are often located along the floor of the barn. So they will perform all kind of activity. They feed in the same area. That area is actually confined. This type of system that is involved in poultry farming, that is free run. And the next method that is of much more important, that is organic method. In organic egg laying systems, this type of system is a type of system in which chickens are also free range, but the organic systems are based upon the restrictions on the routine use of synthetic yolk colorants in the feed or in the water medications. It's mean organic egg laying system are the kind of system that in which these hens or birds are provided with totally the food that is organic, that will not involve any type of xenobiotics or any kind of agent that is having that will involve a kind of products that can have different types of synthetic yolk colorants in feed or in the water medications, and other additives and synthetic amino acids and lower stocking density and smaller group size. This means the organic egg laying systems, chickens are free, but these systems are based on some restrictions. This means their feed, the feed that is actually provided to these hens or the egg laying chickens, they are free of different types of chemicals, different types of xenobiotics. So the it means different types of food additives and the growth propagating hormones and different types of products are not added in their feed. So the eggs that will be obtained from these type of hens will be totally matches with natural hen products. So the next type of system that is involved in poultry farming, that is battery cage. The majority of the hens in this system that will have a battery cage, that is most adopted system. The majority of the hen in many countries that is involving different types of battery cages. The former move towards the enriched housing or use a cage-free system. Um, these systems are actually involve different types of small cages that are made up of metal in modern systems, and they can house almost 3 to 8 hens. The walls are made up of either solid metal or mesh, and the floor is sloped wire mesh to allow the feces to drop through, and the eggs to roll onto the egg collecting conveyor belt. It means these type of the battery cage system is a type of system that will involve different types of different types of fishes in confined environment, and their eggs are actually collected via systematic way. Their walls are actually made up of different types of solid metals. Mesh or floor is sloped with wire mesh to allow the feces to drop through the eggs. It's mean there were these battery cages are the kind of systems that will involve some specific some specific requirements, and the fishes will contain so the hens will have a kind of system that will involve a proper collection of eggs and removal of waste product from these cages. The water is provided by overhead nipple system, and the food in trough along the front of the cage replenished at regular intervals by mechanical system. Which means these are actually the kind of system that will involve that will involve a system in which different types of hens are placed in different types of cages. They are provided with regular food, and their fecal matter is collected, and their eggs are collected via systematic way. This system is also important in terms of poultry farming. The next type of system that is involved in poultry farming, that is furnished cages. Furnished cages are sometimes called as enriched or modified cages. They are the cages of the egg laying hens, which have been designed to allow the hens to perform their natural behaviors whilst retaining their economic and husbandry advantages. It means furnished cages are the kind of cages that we can also call as enriched or modified cages, and these cages are specifically designed for different types of egg laying hens, and which have been which are these furnished cages are designed in a way that will allow the hen to perform their natural behavior. The furnished cages should provide a nest litter such as that pecking and scratching are possible. Appropriate purchase allowing at least 15 centimeter per hen, a claw shortening device, and the feed through which they may be used without restriction, providing 12 centimeter per hen. It's mean the furnished cages are the cages in which different types of nests. Nest is provided litter, that is litter that pecking and scratching are possible. A kind of material is also provided where these hens can perform their natural activities that they that they perform in different types of open environments. So they will have different types of dimensions and lengths. So the furnished cages are enriched cages give the hens more space than the conventional battery cages, so that each bird may spread the wings without touching one another if desired. It means furnished cages are the kind of cages in which the different types of hens, different types of farm birds, they will perform their natural activities. These systems are much better than different types of cage system in which they are actually the battery cages that will involve a kind of system in which different birds are kept together, and they will have phenomena. They will face some issues in issues of space and some other issues, but these furnished cages are of much more importance. So the next system that is involving different types of indoor broilers. The meat chicken, commonly that is called as broilers, are floor raised on the litter such as wood shavings, peanut shells, and rice hulls indoor in the climate control housing. Under modern farming methods, meat chickens are reared indoors, reach slaughter weight almost 5 to 9 weeks of the age, and they have been selectively bred to do so. So these systems, indoor broilers, are actually the kind of broilers that we are commonly utilizing for different types of purposes. They are indoor broilers are mostly raised at floor raised, and the litter and the wood shaving and different types of shells are provided to rice hulls. These all materials are provided to different types of hens, and they will harvested. They will be utilized for um, uh, meat purposes. So the meat chickens reared, most of the time they are reared indoors with when they reach almost 5 to 9 weeks of their age, they have been selectively breed and do so. It means they are utilized for different types of purposes. Next, the free range broilers. The free range broilers are reared under the similar conditions to free range egg laying hens. It means the free range broilers are the kind of broilers that actually give us some an idea that will involve the rearing of different types of egg laying hens under different types of conditions in which they will move freely. So we can say that these systems will have these breeds, the breeds that grow more slowly than those used for indoor rearing and usually reach slaughter weight approximately 8 weeks of age. It means the free range broilers are actually the kind of broilers that will involve that that they are actually provided with some specific feed that will enhance their growth, so they can they can increase their body mass at very faster rate. So we can say these free range broilers are of two types, that are fed indoor and that are fed outdoor. So they when they will the breeds that are that are actually involving some type of free range conditions, so these breeds can grow more slowly than indoor rearing. Some organic broiler chickens are reared under similar conditions to the free range broilers, but with restrictions on the routine use of indoor feed. In the water, medications, other food additives, and synthetic amino acids. So the breeds that are used for this purpose are slow growing, more traditional breeds, and typically reach slaughter weight around 12 weeks of age. It means these are all are actually the type of different types of broiler, different types of system, different types of ranges that we are actually utilizing for the production of different types of fishes. If we generally discuss what are actually the different types of chicken breeds that are utilized for different types of purposes, so we can say at present or modern day these breeds have been actually these the different types of chicken breeds are chick farming involve a kind of animals that are actually uh, uh, that actually have ancestors in different types of wild fowls. So most of the most common fowl or the poultry farming actually involve the indigenous or desi breeds. Indigenous or desi breeds are of different types. Among them, different types of seal, Cagus, Basra, Chittagong. These all are actually different types of breeds, the chicken breeds that are utilized for different types of species. So the exotic, the next type of breed that is involved in this type of purpose, that are different types of exotic and improved breeds. The exotic and improved breeds are the different varieties of fowls that are produced from that are actually produced from these fowls are produced outside the different outside the different countries that are actually done that are not native to specific area. It means these they have been brought to country through the different types of people. They actually bring and to specific areas and they propagate and they grow. Among the exotic or improved breeds that are different types of Asiatic classes, that Asiatic classes, these classes actually involve the type of breeds which were developed in Asia, but they are exotic in nature. They are imported. Basically, they are imported from other countries. So the Asiatic class will involve different types of Brahma is Langshorn, Mediterranean class, Leghorn, Mancora, Ancona, American class, New Hampshire. These are actually Plymouth Rock, English class, Pontchartrain, Sussex. These all are actually the names of different types of exotic hens that are comes that are actually imported and they are utilized for different types of they are actually utilized in different types of poultry techniques. So if we generally discuss what type of process that is involved in the selection of breed in the poultry industry, we can say the poultry rearing is the type of technique that will be mostly utilized for the production of eggs, meat, and sometimes the poultry is actually the poultry rearing or poultry farming is used for the cultivation of both. It's mean the rearing of fowls are different types of breeds that are exotic. They are more specifically associated with egg production or for food purposes. Or table, sometimes some animals, sometimes some human beings perform this activity for their aesthetic value, because these are actually the kind of animals that look very beautiful. So the specific poultry stocks are available for the production of egg and different types of eggs and broiler production. So these processes will involve a kind of selection process in which in the selection process will be followed, will be having a kind of technique that will consider different types of environmental condition, different types of environmental condition, or different types of uh, so we can say different types of environmental or different types of climatic conditions that will favor their growth. If the environment is not favorable for different types of chickens, different types of hens, or different types of birds, they will not grow, they will not propagate, and they will not give us proper yield. So the selection of breed of egg production, it is actually done in a way that is the either the main purpose that is associated with, that is specifically associated with different types of that is specifically associated with different types of poultry or different types of hens is the selection of the proper selection of breed. Either we want to propagate, we want to rear, or we want to form different types of birds for table purposes, or simply we can say for meat or egg production. So the for table purposes different breeds are utilized, that that are among them mostly we are having involving white polymoth rock varieties and some Hampshire varieties. They are a good, they can grow at faster rate, and they are preferable source for different types of commercial broiler production. So the selection of the breed, that is this is actually the one source, one way that is involving the selection of breed for table purposes, and the selection of breed for dual purposes will involve that is actually a technique in which we will use different types of birds, different types of hen varieties for the production of eggs and production of different types of meat. So the different types of uh, birds are selected, among them different like English breed, Australian, American. These breeds are utilized for dual purposes. It means they will propagate at a faster rate, and they will be utilized for egg production and flesh production as well. So the selection of breed can be either for dual purposes, or they can be only utilized for table purposes. So the if we have discussed about different types of systems that are involved in the free range broiler systems. So we can say the housing of the bird that involves a kind of systems that is furnished cages, battery cages, free run, free range, the egg laying chickens. So the housing of birds in the poultry industry, that will involve the what kind of method you are actually performing for the poultry keeping. If we discuss this method on ancient level or ancient basis, we can say the ancient methods of the poultry keeping that will involve that is actually the common kind of practice that is still observant in our villages and different areas, that the different types of hens or poultry is kept for different are actually domesticated, um, without these actually this type of method actually fulfill the needs of a specific area or specific house. So the subsequent increase when the demand actually increases for different eggs and meat, so then these different systems actually are these ranges systems are formed. Among them the free range method, as we have discussed earlier, this is also the oldest method in which different types of poultry are actually kept. That is this system is not kind of popular system, and this method actually involve the birds are involved the method in which birds are kept freely without any kind of protection or any kind of fencing. They simply move in different types of areas, different types of pastures, and so they are not taken care of. They are actually not provided with proper food, and their feeding and breeding activities are not very well monitored. So these systems are actually the type of free range system in which these poultry or these birds will move freely. And the next method that is involved in this system is that is a type of semi-intensive method. The semi-intensive method of poultry keeping is most popular in different types of rural areas and suburban areas. This method actually involve the poultry keeping in a way that will involve a kind of fencing technique, and the birds will move in specific area. Then they will kept into different types of cages or different types of poultry built houses. So so they this method is actually preferable method, and this is also commonly practicable in different areas or different types of methods. So the intensive method, that is a kind of method which will involve the kind of bird keeping in which the different types of cages are actually involved. The cage, simply we can say, intensive method is a kind of system in which we will have a kind of different types of caging. And the intensive method can be categorized into deep litter system and individual cage system. Deep, if we generally discuss about the deep litter system, in deep litter system we can say the birds are kept in houses or shades that is having a kind of good ventilation, and they are provided with almost all requisite or requirements, and the material that is provided, uh, that will contain a kind of litter organic material, so they will fulfill their food requirements from that material. And the individual cage system are actually the kind of system in which they are the different types of hens are actually kept in separate cages, and they will provide you with different types of laying cages, laying batteries, and they will be have a kind of compartments. And these individual systems are kind of the system in which the floor of the cage has been drawn downwards and the slope toward the front, so that eggs come down. This is actually the kind of system in which the birds or hens are provided the almost all requisite conditions are the this is actually the kind of furnished cage. So we can say that this can be individual cage system, or actually the kind of furnished cages in which they have different types of compartments and all the requirements. If we generally discuss what are actually the food and feeding requirements of different types of poultry or poultry birds, if we because we have an idea that the growth of the birds that are associated with this poultry farming, that is actually carried out at faster rate. It means definitely their feed or their the food material, the feed we are actually providing to these birds will have a higher content of different types of ingredients. So the growth of the birds that we are actually utilized for egg laying purposes, or we are utilized for different types of meat production. So the efficacy of the egg laying birds are, and the quality of the eggs, that will depend on the type of food. It's mean the meat production of meat and production of egg is specifically strictly dependent on the type of food we are providing to these birds. If we generally discuss about 50% of the total expenditure that is actually coming from the poultry farm is spent in the feed of chicken. It's mean the maximum concentration, the maximum focus of the poultry farming is on the feed of these birds. So the feed that will contain that is the feed or the feed of the chicken, that will involve different types of carbohydrates, fats, protein, different types of vitamins, among them different types of minerals like calcium, phosphorus, manganese, and some essential nutrients are provided to the poultry feed along with water. It's mean the food and feeding of the food and feeding process of the poultry is of much more concern or much more significant, because this is the method, this is the way we can increase the production of meat and egg from these birds. So about, if we generally discuss, about 66% of the weight of the bird of the different types of chicken or different types of these poultry farming birds is almost water. It's mean if we compare the farmed animal with the domesticated animal, the weight of the animal, the weight of the birds that are actually kept in different types of system, different types of cages, they will have much more higher water content as compared to the birds that are actually kept in natural environment. It's mean they are actually provided with the food content that will increase their thrust, so they will utilize maximum water, so their meat, their flesh, their body will contain maximum water content as compared to normal normal birds that are under that are not formed. So the carbohydrate is actually the main source of energy production, and hence the bird that actually constitute about 75 the feed that we are actually utilizing for the purpose of that we are actually utilizing as a food purpose will constitute about 75% of the carbohydrate that are the main source of their energy. And the calcium that is and the next main ingredient that is important in food of this poultry bird is calcium. Calcium is basically responsible for the formation of eggshell, and the different kinds of specifically different kinds of balanced diets are actually provided to different chickens or different birds because we are actually utilizing for these birds. These birds are actually kept for different types of purposes, like we can say these are kept for egg production or for obtaining different types of flesh. And if we generally discuss the type of chickens that we actually obtain from there, as we have discussed in earlier slides, that they can be of different types. They can be of different types in a way that we actually harvest the starting chickens. The age is almost 8 weeks, and the growing chickens that actually grow from the age of 8 to 20 weeks, and the laying chickens, when they will be ready to lay different eggs, they almost at the age of 20 weeks of the age and onwards. In the proper maintenance of different types of food and rotation and all the essential nutrients, it means these birds, the poultry farmed animals are provided with specific types of food requisites, food requirements, and then they will actually propagate it at faster rate. If we generally discussed what is actually the what kind of ingredients are actually added into the poultry feed, that is a kind of controversial issue as well. But the in literature the ingredients that are actually utilized, that are actually that are commonly exposed to in front of different types of persons are in different discussions, that will involve most of the time wheat, sorghums, maize, wheat oil cake, pearl millet, rice meat, mineral meal, and some of the food stuff that is actually taken from the different types of poultry rations. But these are actually the kind of, it's mean the birds are actually provided with kind of sources that are different types of grains. But along with grains, some synthetic products are also added, some steroids and some different types of growth promoting hormones are actually added into their feed, so they can increase their body mass at faster rate. So the if we generally discuss what kind of actually the instrument or the what kind of utensils are utilized for the feeding of these poultry birds, that is different types of feeding troughs and feeding hoppers are used for the provision of solid food to these birds. So the feeding trough and the feed hoopers are actually the type of structures that are that will be utilized for the food provision to these birds. And similarly, for the provision of water, different types of water troughs and water fountains are generally used for provision of water. So the when food that will contain different types of carbohydrate, proteins, and fats, along with some minerals, vitamins. They are provided with in specific containers, and that container will involve feeding trough and feed hoopers. And the water trough and water fountains are utilized for provision of water. And all the all the utensils, or all the containers that we are utilizing for the provision of feed will involve proper cleaning of the utensils should be maintained. If we provide feed in a because there are maximum chances of contamination of these, because these birds actually perform different types of activity while they move, um, uh, while they move around, they can create a bit of mess. So the proper cleaning of these utensils during feeding should be maintained. If we generally discuss the what type of the rearing of the poultry industry, that how actually rearing is done, how these chickens are actually raised from eggs to meat and for eggs and meat purposes, we can say first requirement, that is the selection of egg. It's mean the selection of egg is a kind of process that will involve the selection of high quality, good quality egg. They should be fertile, they should be of specific size, they should have specific color, they should have proper shell. So the fertility and the quality of egg, that can be ascertained, that can be obtained by the that can be done by simple test. That is specifically associated with this process is called as candle test, in which the eggs are actually analyzed for their quality and fertility. So the eggs that are actually utilized for the breeding of the poultry industry should be fertilized. That is number one requirement. And the next thing that is important, that is these eggs are actually incubated for a certain temperature, almost for 21 days, and they are incubated at a specific temperature, that is almost 37 degrees centigrade. And the method, the incubation method, sometimes the natural inoculation method is involved, that is different from bacterial inoculation, or the or in this is actually the kind of natural incubation and artificial incubation. So these methods are performed via different types of eggs. So the eggs are placed in specific types of containers, and after specific days, almost 37 to 38 degrees centigrade, they are provided with all requisite, all conditions, and they will come out. And the next thing that is associated with this poultry farming, that is the brooding of chicks. The brooding of from the eggs. First thing is selection of egg, and then from selection of egg we will incubate properly fertilized egg. And these fertilized eggs are, when they will complete after 20th 21st day, the eggs will hatch, and from the hatched eggs the different types of chicks will come out. And then these chicks are actually the kind of hatched chicks. They will be properly monitored. They will actually look for proper maintenance and care. The place where actually these chicks are placed, they will be that will have a kind of specific temperature. They should be properly ventilated, they should have proper space, they will be provided with specific food and water. And when they will reach at a certain age, the rearing of chicks is done. And the rearing of chick is done by different types of method that we have discussed earlier, that can be involving different types of rearing cages, or that can be battery cage, or litter methods. So these processes will facilitate the formation, the growth of different types of chicks. So the process that is actually important in terms of poultry industry, that is culling of chicks. Culling of chicks is a kind of method that will involve the elimination process. That is a kind of eliminating process in which the chicks or the hatchlings that are not suitable for the commercial purposes, they are excluded. They are actually taken out from the rest of the from all the from the stock. So they will be so culling should be done at regular. It's mean elimination of unhealthy chicks should be done at regular basis. The so the so we can have a kind of products that will they will reach at specific age, and then they are actually separated on the basis of different sex. The sexing of chick is the kind of sorting process in which different types of chicks are separated. This process actually starts almost 3 to 4 months of the 3 to 4 months of the male chicks in that production poultry farms. So they are separated by different types of methods that will involve sexing machine method, that will involve different types of venting, or auto sexing method that will involve the men kind power. So they are separated. When after separation they are provided to specific they are actually handed over to the different types of husbandry systems that will propagate these different types of chicks for different purposes. That the most specifically they are utilized for meat production, and the meat production system they will undergo different types of indoor activities, outdoor, different types of free ranges and organic broiler systems. And the poultry industry, that is, if we generally discuss the poultry, hope we can conclude about the this topic, that is poultry industry. The poultry industry is the kind of industry that is important contributor into the that is a kind of continuous economic source of economy. So the successful breeding will involve the proper knowledge about the science and genetics. It should We should must have an idea about the different types of traits of different types of birds, so that we can select proper breed for our poultry production. So only healthy and the next thing that is also important in terms of poultry industry, that is different types of healthy birds should be selected the um, for this activity. And this can be done by involving different types of programs like the genetic improvement program of different types of chicks that will help us to in selection of different types of birds. In the breeding programs, we can say the principal types and are actually different, so the different principles and different types of systems are involved, and so we will have a kind of specific breed of birds. So the different these methods will actually involve a kind of system in which we will get maximum yield of different types of birds. So from these birds we will have a kind of meat and egg production. So if we conclude about different types of if we generally discuss what kind of issues are actually related to this poultry industry, that the main agent that is specifically associated with this poultry industry is the kind of predators that are associated with this poultry industry. The predators of the poultry industry are
मैम
actually the
सर
kind of
रिजवान की क्लास स्टार्ट हो गई है.
अच्छा बस 2-3 minutes. The predators, the most specifically that are associated with this are the different types of like dogs, cats, fox, and different types of moon bandicoots. They are actually the main predators of poultry. And if we generally discuss about the different types of diseases that can harm our poultry farming, that are different types of viral and bacterial diseases. Some tick fever or spirocheteosis. Some it's mean generally we can say that these poultry birds will get will be get harmed by different types of viruses, with different types of bacteria, different types of mammalian predators. So we can say that these all are actually the contributor of or they will play important role in reduction of our yield. So after if we generally discuss what is actually the value of these products, the meat that is also stored, and the different types of eggs that are actually stored, they are preserved at specific temperatures, and then they will be available for different types of marketing purposes. And the basic as I have told you earlier, that the basic purpose of the poultry industry or the process is that is specifically associated with this farming is why we are actually utilizing this poultry farming technique, that we actually perform all this activity for obtaining eggs and the flesh of from these birds. So the quick supply of the egg and meat to the market that are specifically preserved in specific conditions will meet our demands of meat and egg.